It's almost cruel how belly fat behaves compared to the rest of your body. You diet hard, your face slims down, your arms tighten within weeks, but your belly just sits there, stubborn, unmoved, mocking every effort you make. There's a reason for that, and it's not about willpower. Belly fat isn't just stored energy waiting patiently to be used. It behaves almost like an organ, wired into your hormonal system. Cortisol and insulin speak directly to your abdominal fat every single day. Evolution built this fat to protect your most vital internal organs. Scientists confirm belly fat is metabolically slower than fat found elsewhere. That sluggishness means it simply doesn't burn as fast as other fat. Your body treats it like an emergency reserve for true starvation. So before your abs appear, your body checks for safety first. This protective instinct turns fat loss into a slow game of patience. It's exactly why so many people quit right before real progress begins. They stop just before their body finally shifts into fat-burning mode. Here, you'll learn exactly when that switch happens and how to speed it up. When you first cut calories, your body doesn't celebrate the deficit. Instead, it panics, sensing a sudden and unfamiliar energy shortage. It was used to steady fuel from your normal daily meals. Cutting calories abruptly feels like pulling the rug from underneath it. In the first few days, your brain detects this shortage immediately. It signals your liver to release stored glucose called glycogen. You might feel lighter or oddly more energetic during this phase. But this isn't fat loss yet. It's simply early adaptation. Your metabolism is testing whether this crisis is temporary or serious. Only after consistent days of reduced intake does deeper change begin. So if nothing seems to be happening, you're not actually wrong. Something is happening quietly, but it's only the warm-up phase. Think of glycogen as your body's emergency backup battery supply. It's stored sugar, ready to fuel your muscles and brain instantly. In early dieting days, your body leans heavily on this glycogen. Here's the twist most people never learn about early weight loss. Every gram of glycogen holds about 3 grams of water weight. So when glycogen drops, water weight disappears right along with it. That's why the scale moves fast during the very first week. But again, this rapid movement isn't real fat loss just yet. Once glycogen runs low, insulin levels finally begin dropping steadily. That drop gives your body permission to start using stored fat. This transition doesn't happen overnight. It takes several consistent days, usually around 3 to 5 days of steady calorie deficit. So yes, those early pounds lost are mostly water, not fat, but they're a signal your body is nearing fat-burning mode. That first week can feel genuinely magical and deeply motivating. Numbers drop fast, clothes fit looser, confidence starts building quickly. But mistaking that early drop for fat loss sets up frustration. As glycogen depletes, you might lose 2 to 4 kilograms fast. That's mostly water and lower carbohydrate storage, not stubborn fat. It's temporary, and many people quit right after this happens. When the weight plateaus, they assume the entire diet has failed. In reality, that plateau is exactly when real fat burning begins. Your body is stabilizing and recalibrating its internal energy systems. So that early scale victory isn't the real win at all. It's simply an invitation to stay consistent and keep going, because the actual transformation is only just getting started here. By the second week, your body senses a clear, consistent pattern. Energy intake has steadily dropped, triggering metabolic adaptation as defense. Your metabolism slows slightly, while hunger hormones begin rising sharply. Your body becomes more efficient at using every available calorie.
This is nature's ancient defense mechanism against sudden starvation risk. It once protected our ancestors through unpredictable seasonal famines successfully. Ironically, this uncomfortable phase actually signals real progress happening internally. You're getting closer to fat becoming your primary fuel source. The goal isn't fighting your metabolism, it's learning to work with it. Hormones function like invisible conductors directing your body's energy orchestra. During dieting, their balance can accelerate or completely stall progress. Insulin is the hormone responsible for storing excess incoming energy. When constantly elevated from snacking, fat stores simply stay locked. During a deficit, insulin gradually drops, unlocking stored fat slowly. This shift only happens once your body trusts the deficit's safety. Cortisol, the stress hormone, complicates this hormonal balance even further. Poor sleep, intense stress, and anxiety all spike cortisol levels. High cortisol encourages fat storage, especially around your stubborn abdomen. It also fuels sugar cravings, deepening resistance to fat loss. Your mindset truly matters just as much as your calorie count. For real fat burning, your hormones must move in harmony together. Insulin low, cortisol controlled, and leptin stable enough to prevent overeating. It's biochemical teamwork, not simply about counting calories correctly. After 1 to 2 weeks, your body reaches a genuine turning point. Glycogen is nearly gone, insulin has dropped, fat becomes primary fuel. This is when true transformation quietly begins inside your body. You enter metabolic flexibility, shifting smoothly from glucose to fat burning. This shift feels subtle, not dramatic or instantly noticeable at all. Energy stabilizes, cravings fade, and mental focus sharpens gradually. Your liver converts fat into ketones, clean, efficient brain fuel. For many, this is metabolism finally working as nature intended. Timing varies wildly. Some enter this mode within 4 days. Others may need 2 full weeks, depending on genetics and history. But one truth remains constant across every single person's journey. Consistency always beats intensity when it comes to fat loss. Not all fat behaves the same way inside your body. Subcutaneous fat sits beneath your skin, soft and easily pinched. Visceral fat wraps tightly around your liver and intestines instead. It's dangerous, linked to inflammation, insulin resistance, and heart disease. Surprisingly, visceral fat actually burns faster than subcutaneous fat does. Your body targets it first when energy becomes genuinely scarce. That's why blood sugar often improves before visible changes appear. The visible belly fat is usually the very last to disappear. What you see is subcutaneous fat sitting above the visceral layer. Your body must burn through the dangerous layer first, always. It's frustratingly slow, but it proves survival comes before appearance. Your body prioritizes protecting organs over sculpting visible abs. Exercise is often misunderstood within the entire fat loss equation. Its real power lies in reshaping your metabolism long-term. Strength training builds muscle, and muscle burns energy even resting. This raises your resting metabolic rate significantly over time. High-intensity interval training triggers what's called the afterburn effect. Your body burns fat for hours after the workout ends. Even walking or yoga helps by managing stress and cortisol. The secret is combining consistency with genuine training variety. Exercise without proper nutrition is like emptying a leaking bathtub. Diet creates the deficit. Exercise refines how efficiently it works. Together, they form a powerful complementary metabolic partnership, always. Chase adaptation, not exhaustion, because recovery matters just as much. You can eat perfectly and train hard with total discipline,
But poor sleep and chronic stress keep belly fat locked tight. During deep sleep, your body releases growth hormone and repairs tissue. It also regulates leptin and ghrelin, your hunger control hormones. Poor rest throws this balance into complete metabolic chaos quickly. Chronic stress worsens everything, blocking fat burning almost entirely. Elevated cortisol redistributes fat storage directly toward your abdomen. Add caffeine and late nights, and metabolic disaster becomes likely. The fix isn't complicated, but it demands real daily commitment. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of consistent quality sleep nightly. Stop glorifying burnout as some form of admirable discipline. The hardest fat to lose often lives inside your habits. You've dieted, trained, and slept well, yet belly fat persists. This isn't imagination, it's simply how your biology actually works. The abdominal region has fewer receptors responsible for releasing fat. It's genuinely harder for your body to mobilize this specific fat. Belly fat often reflects years of hormonal and lifestyle imbalance. Arms and face respond quickly, but the belly resists longer. It represents accumulated metabolic resistance built over years of stress. Once hormonal balance improves, insulin drops and muscle mass increases. Your body finally begins pulling stored energy from your midsection. The process feels painfully slow until visible changes happen fast. Consistency through the plateau leads directly to real transformation. Your body isn't betraying you, it's actually protecting you carefully. Fat loss is permission-based, never punishment-based, despite popular belief. Eat less and move more sounds simple, but biology ignores slogans completely. A moderate deficit, 15 to 20% below maintenance, works best. It preserves muscle while keeping fat loss steady and sustainable. Go too low, and your body assumes starvation is happening. This slows thyroid function and increases stress hormone cortisol sharply. A smart deficit reassures your body that food remains available. Pair this with high protein and consistent resistance training always. Extreme diets cause rapid loss, followed by brutal, painful rebounds. The body overshoots afterward, storing fat faster than ever before. This is survival instinct, never personal failure or weakness. Sustainable fat loss is a negotiation, never an aggressive war. So when does belly fat actually start burning noticeably for most people? For consistent dieters, real belly fat burning starts around week 3. Some notice earlier, others need 6 weeks of steady consistency. By then, glycogen stays low and hormones settle into rhythm. For those with insulin resistance, it may take 8 weeks. Some individuals need closer to 12 weeks before real changes show. Once that shift happens, though, progress compounds rapidly afterward. Your metabolism has learned to use fat efficiently as fuel. It's not about speed, but how long you sustain the state. The first weeks test discipline. Later months test your identity. The real answer isn't when it starts, but whether you'll stay. How can you tell your body has entered fat-burning mode successfully? It's not about the scale, it's about how you genuinely feel. Energy stabilizes throughout the day. Sugar cravings noticeably decrease. Hunger becomes predictable instead of desperate and overwhelming constantly. Body temperature may slightly rise during activity, showing thermogenesis. Your waistline tightens even when the scale barely moves at all. Blood sugar stabilizes, mood improves, and sleep becomes noticeably deeper. These are quiet biological signals your body is burning fat. The most reliable sign is simply improved endurance between meals. You can go longer without crashing or feeling desperately hungry. That's the true hallmark of real metabolic flexibility developing. Your body calmly burns stored fat instead of begging for sugar.
If you've reached this stage, you've genuinely earned real progress. What once felt impossible has slowly become completely automatic. Reaching fat-burning mode is an achievement, but maintaining it is mastery. The secret is turning short-term effort into a lasting rhythm. This means consistent sleep, balanced meals, and manageable daily stress. Strategic refeed days can reset leptin and prevent metabolic slowdown. Brief higher carb periods signal your body that scarcity has ended. Think of this as teaching metabolism flexibility, not rigid strictness. The biggest mistake is relaxing every habit once results appear, but maintaining 80% consistency preserves nearly all your progress. Fat loss isn't a single event, it's a daily environment. Your belly fat wasn't built overnight, and it won't vanish overnight either.
With patience, real science, and self-respect, it will eventually disappear. And when it finally does, it changes far more than your body.